Hi guys, Fran here today. We have a low pregnancy wedge workout on the Reformer. We are going to be starting laying on our side. Got 2 red springs on, so get yourself down and comfortable. Get ready to join me. You're not going to need a towel or a pillow underneath your bump today because we've got the wedge. It's going to support you. Okay, you're going to feel that nice long line through the top side. So when you're ready, let's get started. We're going to start with our foot, top foot on parallel towards the front edge of the foot bar. You can have your top hand down. Just make sure your lower arm is nice and long. You feel long in line with your spine. And we're going to press all the way out. And we're going to come all the way back in. So make this time, shift your hips back a little bit if you need a little bit more room. Remember, you've got that whole Reformer. And we're trying to keep that knee facing forward. Find that nice length on the top side. And then coming back in with control. So finding our breath. Exhaling as we go out, inhaling as we're coming in. Really stick the hips back so you're coming right down and in. Feels like a nice deep squat, but we're lying on our side, which is much nicer. And we're coming back in. Great job. We're here for 4. And we're pressing through 3. Really make sure that heel is down so you've got your glute waking up. We should be starting to feel a little bit of a burn happening on the outside of the glutes here. 2, final 1. We're going to press all the way out and we're going to soften that knee and hold. Bring your top hand onto your hip just so we know the hip's not moving anywhere. We're going to take a little flare of the knee. It's a tiny movement. You're going to feel this a little bit deeper in the glutes, a little bit more on the side, maybe a little bit in the quad. 4, 3, carriage nice and still. 2, 1 more time, bring your knee back to parallel and let's take a pulse up and in. Nice and controlled so we're not bouncing. Getting a little bit warmer as we go here. 4, let's go for 3, 2, last one. We're gonna press all the way out and we're gonna come all the way in. Whew, okay. Let's find a little external rotation. Pop your heel on the foot bar. Toes and knee are going to open on a nice angle. Make sure that hip's not rolled back and we're going to press all the way out. And we're going to come all the way back in. Keeping our foot in line with the bar and really pressing into that heel. Let's find our glutes, our seat muscle, and in again. Great way to do our side lying footwork, foot on bar, a little external rotation. Always gets us in a little bit warmer. Let's go. 5. We're going to be adding in those little knee flares and those little pulses are coming in. 3. Find that control. 2. This is your last one. Pressing out. Find halfway for me. The knee is just going to flare open. It's an inch up and an inch back in. It's a tiny move that packs a punch. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, and hold. We've got a pulse up an inch and in an inch. Nice. Getting a little bit deeper now. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, press all the way out for me and come all the way back in. Final part here, we are going to come into internal rotation. Now, sometimes internal doesn't feel great when we're pregnant. So if it doesn't feel good, you can come back to parallel for this one. If you're coming with me into internal, we want to have that heel up, that knock knee. So we're going to press out, looking for length at the back of the knee, and we're going to come back in. Nice. Great news, there's no pulses with the internal part. Let's go. Internal rotation. We're here for 4 and 3, 2. Your last one here. Press out and come all the way in. Ooh, give that leg a little shake out there. Have a moment. All right. We are going to keep that leg extended and we're going to extend it out over the foot bar. Now it's nice and lifted, it's around hip height, and we're going to press that heel away from us. Nice flat foot. So really thinking all 5 toes pulling back to you. All right, we're going to use the wedge for some support, and we're going to lift that leg up. So staying at hip height, just a little lift up and down. Driving through 4, 3, 2, last one, and hold. Nice. Start to point your toes. Find me some circles up. It's that lift up. Ooh, it kicks in a little bit more. 2 more in this direction. And let's go the other way. 5, 4, make it a circle. 3, emphasize that lift. 2, and 1. Bring yourself up to a seat. Let's take a quick stretch there. We'll take a quick figure 4 stretch. Just give that glute a moment to relax. And for the next part, we're going to put the foot bar down. Let's get that foot bar down. So all the way to the bottom position, out the way fully. We're going to change our spring to a blue. Take off your reds. And we're going to come back into our side lying position. Once you're nice and comfy, tuck both knees up in front. Again, resting your head in your hand. Option, you can also lay your head down. And we're going to grab that loop. Short loop. And we're going to have our palm facing down towards the bottom of the reformer. Take a moment to lift the arm up in line with your chest. And we're going to sweep the arm down to the hip, reaching long through the wrist and through the fingers, and then sweeping it back out in front. Nice and long as we sweep and back out in front. Let's go. You're going to feel a nice connection under the arm, back of the arm, that arm into back connection. Beautiful job. And sweep. And again. Let's go. 4 more here. 4. Giving your glutes a rest before we get to the other side. 3. Nice, find that length. 2. This is your last one. We're going to hold that arm at the hip, holding it here. Now, grab that strap. Give me some little circles here, keeping the wrist long. 5. Pick a direction, any direction. We are going to go in both directions. 3. You're going to start to feel top of the arm and the shoulder waking up. 2. Last one. Hold and go the other way. Nice. Up and round. Emphasize that lift. 4, 3, 2, and hold. We have one more thing to do here. We are going to bend the elbow and we're going to press out nice and long and straight. Good. See if you can find the back of that arm, a little bit of tricep, really lengthen and squeeze. And we're here for 4 and 3. Last 2, guys. Hopefully that arm's waking up. 2. Last one. Bring the arm up, 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 up. And holding your arm up at the ceiling. Now, if you're a little bit later on in your pregnancy, you might have a little bit of fluid around your wrist. So keeping your arm up, just give me a few little pumps of the arm. Can often feel quite nice. All right. And we've got one more thing to do here. Your arm is going to stay up at the ceiling, but we're going to put a little bit of pressure on that strap so we're back in line with our shoulder. We're coming down to the hip, back up to the ceiling, and then down in front. So it's a rainbow with a little stop in the middle there. Nice. A rainbow. And then a little bit of pressure there. So keeping the carriage still as we come down in front. And then really reach long to your hip. 2 more. Nice. Last one. We're going to finish with the arm down at the hip, nice and long. Great work. Whew. Give the arm a little shake out, a little roll. One final thing to do on this side, guys. We are going to put the long loop over our foot. Okay, make sure that strap's on the arch of the foot for safety. And we're going to start with those legs together. Okay, we're going to slightly lift the feet up. You're going to find you'll get a little bit more from the hip here. And we're going to open that top knee. and we're gonna close. Nice. And we're gonna open, and we're gonna close. Keep going with that. If you don't like your feet lifted, you can keep your feet down and just lift your top knee. You're gonna get a smaller range as long as your feet are together, guys, whichever option you prefer. I quite like my feet lifted. We've got 3 and 2. This is your last one. We're gonna lift up. Now, we're gonna reach that leg down towards the end of our reformer. Remembering to press the heel away, all 5 toes pulling back to you. Nice, and we're gonna take some little pulses up and down. And 6, 5, really drive through, press that heel away. 4, 3, and just like we did with the arm, we're gonna sweep that leg forwards, stopping just before you tuck your tailbone and reaching all the way back. So we're trying to maintain hip height here. Great work. Just 3 more. Maintaining that hip height. 2. Your final one here. Reach that leg back, holding isometric hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Okay, take that strap off. Let's hang it back up on the hook. Bring yourself up carefully to a seated position. And let's give ourselves another little figure 4 stretch there. Whew. Nice, enjoy that for a moment. All right, well, we're gonna reset. We're gonna go back to the other side. So, we're gonna need those 2 red springs back on, guys. Take off your blue, and we need our foot bar up in the top position. I'm gonna have my back to you. Hopefully that also gives you another angle on how this happens. Walk around to the other side. Lay yourself down. And we're gonna start with our foot on bar in parallel. So get yourself nice and comfy, bring your top foot to the bar. When you're ready, we're gonna press all the way out. Just hold at the top for me on that first one. Driving into your heel, nice long line through the top side of the body, and we're nice and comfortable, we're coming all the way back in. So really think about sitting those hips back as you're coming in. Nice. Right down to the stopper. And lengthen again. That bottom leg's nice and relaxed. Top hand pressing onto the wedge. You should feel nice and supported with the wedge, especially if your bump's a little bit bigger. Nice. Let's go. 5. Driving through. 4. 3. Your last 2. Press all the way out for me, and then come into that halfway hold. You remember the first part? It's a small knee flare. A little lift up and down, an inch or 2 up and down. The carriage is nice and still. Keep that pressure through your heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to parallel. Push up an inch and in an inch. So they're small controlled pulses. You can make them bigger. Just try not to make them any faster. Otherwise you're going to feel more like you're bouncing. So enjoy those pulses. They always feel good. 4, 3, 2. Press all the way out for me. And come all the way in. Whew, okay. Externally rotate. Heel is on. Toe and knee going up on an angle towards where the top of the wall and ceiling are. And again, we're going to press all the way out. And come all the way back in. Finding that full range, guys. Try and keep your foot in line with the bar so it's not relaxing and pushing over. Okay. Driving in, we should be waking up through the glutes here. And again, find that length. We're coming into our last 4, Let's work for 3. Let's go for 2. One more time here. We're going to press all the way out. Halfway, find your control. That small movement with the knee, that little flare, like a little chicken wing leg. And we open. 5, 4. Carriage is still. 3, 2, and hold. Push up an inch and in an inch. This is where it really starts to bite. And we're here. Final few. Stay with me. 4, 3, 2. Press all the way out and come all the way in. All right, guys. So our final part here is the internal rotation. Remember, if this doesn't feel good on your back, you can come back into that parallel, okay? Play it by side. Each side is different. When you're ready, toes are on. We're in that knock knee. We're looking for space at the back of the knee, and then we're coming all the way back in. So think heel up, knee down. Let's go. Nice. Just 5 to go. And 4, 3, and 2. This is your last one. No pulses, remember. The best thing about internal rotation, because it already hurts a lot.